I'm Doug Drillmore.
And I'm Bellicose Blonde.
Let's introduce some skaters before we get underway.
All right. Let's start with our NF bombs. We've got 1111, Joe Means Joe. 1129, Repeat. 1704, Trouble. 18, Blade. 22, Sriracha. 315, Toast and Jam. 4, Pay the Pain. 4242, Smash and Dash. 4321, Mal. 4468, Buns. 713, Rennie. 75, Bam. 8 is Dame. 9, Keller. 911, Killer Ella.
And for your Calgary Roller Derby All-Stars, you have 004 Projectile, 006 Knockout Sunday, number 12 Ruthless Red, 15 Jigs, 182 Skidlet, 19 Reign of Terror, 201 Curb Stompin' Colshaw, number 21 Novel Blonde, 213 Sleep, 2931 Taz, number 31 Bruceberry Pie, 63 Smacky Kennedy, 747 Knox, 82 Kiki Tiki Bang Bang, number 99 Brass Monkey, and we're already underway.
Calgary picking up lead, that's Colshaw. But NF Bombs, Joe Means Joe, not far behind.
Colshaw making her way through, picking up a couple points already, and calling it off while spinning. That's a Colshaw classic, 4-0.
No, buddy, you don't get that one. You get this one. You get this one.
Looks like we were able to make it all the way through that first jam with no penalties.
Stepping up to the line, I see Smash and Dash for the NF Bombs versus Projectile. Projectile finding a small hole on the outside, but that's just enough. Smash and Dash saying, I'm going to chase you down.
That was an amazing face by Dash. It looked to me like, oh, I'm chasing Pro.
A late penalty called for a back block to Ruthless Reds, the Calgary Roller Derby All-Stars pivot.
So they'll be starting with 1 in the box. That's going to bring up Sriracha for the NF Bombs and Skidlet for Calgary All-Stars. Both teams rolling back.
I see Skidlet versus Sriracha. Skidlet out the front, just Pay the Pain to beat, and she does. Sriracha steps over Sleep for coming out for their initial pass.
Great assist there by Blade.
Another nice clean 4-0 for Calgary All-Stars.
Coming into this matchup, I believe the NF Bombs are going to be pretty happy at holding the Calgary All-Stars at 4. This is going to bring out Reign of Terror for Calgary and Repeat, the captain today for the NF Bombs. Oh,
Reina, new to the Calgary All-Stars, making a huge move up at the front. Spinning around Dame for a lead.
Repeat spinning around trying to get past Ruthless Red.
That's no easy task, Ruthless Red. Ooh, by at the front. Quick call off on the outside for 3 more points for Reign of Terror.
Nathan's found out the mics are cool.
Do you have something to say?
Yeah. You got a
You want to share something?
Curb Stompin' Coleslaw versus Joe Means Joe.
And Curb doing what Curb does, spinning around that outside, holding the line, picking up lead for Calgary. Sleep running Joe Means Joe way back. Calgary now set up behind the jam line.
Curb through the patented spin and then toe stop hop. Coming around for even more points. Joe makes it out of initial, but Curb's coming up to score. Some is offense by Sleep.
Curb's going to call that off after picking up a couple points in the back. It's a 10-point jam for Calgary.
Yeah, they are. Fifth string rotation because she wasn't supposed to play this game, but somebody else had to drop out. Oh, maybe that's it. I'm not sure why jamming though. Pro deep into a tripod, but so is Smash and Dash. Pay coming in for some offense, getting Smash moving.
Is that Killer Ella, Bam, Pay the Pain, and Rennie holding Pro.
That's not a tripod I'd like to be stuck in the middle of.
And there's lead.
This could be a huge opportunity for NF Bombs to pick up some points. Let's see how they do. Smash calling for offense.
Oh, Pro going for a jump.
Smash helping Knockout Sunday back to the bench. That's 2 big points for the NF Bombs, putting them on the board. Your score right now, Calgary All-Stars sitting 26 to the NF Bombs 2.
Sleep up front, playing a little offense there for Skidlet for the All-Stars. And I think that is Sriracha? Is that Sriracha?
That's
is Sriracha.
Fighting
there.
hard for NF Bombs. No pack called. Skidlet gets out with that. Sriracha still stuck in the back behind a brutal tripod. Bruiseberry Pie going to the WFTDI Insurance penalty box. Oh, quickly joined by number 99, Brass Monkey.
And we've got a Star Pass. Dame now the jammer of record for the NF Bombs.
Skidlet finding it on the outside, told to call it by Coach Bradass.
That's going to leave the 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box, although Bruiseberry Pie is standing. NF Bombs have an opportunity here with a 4-on-2 advantage.
Unfortunately for those NF Bombs, those 2 blockers are Ruthless Reds and Kiki Tiki Bang Bang.
We've got Raina Terror out there jamming along with Repeat. And Raina picking up lead for Calgary.
Ruthless Red says, repeat, not in this lane. That's a dangerous tripod of Calgary skaters that Repeat's trying to fight through.
However, Raina's still fighting on their first scoring pass. Bombs keep recycling. After running into one of her own players, Raina does get through to pick up 4 points.
Oh, all of Calgary's been broken up, but Bruzy knocks Repeat to the inside.
Little hop by Raina, easy 4 points.
Back's getting a little bashy on this jam. Another big recycle to the outside by Bruiseberry Pie, and they've reset in the back. Reyna coming around for more points. A cut track assessed to repeat gives Calgary and Reyna Terror a power jam.
All right, we continue to have a lot of falling here, which is to be expected as it is day 3 of Flat Track Fever. You may recognize a lot of these players because they've played already once today.
You may think the floor is getting more slippery, but no, it's just the legs getting more wobbly.
Oh, okay. Sorry, tricate it. How's this one?
All right, we've got a new jammer out there for Calgary. Looks like a timeout is being called by the NF Bombs, however.
My spelling is atrocious, ignore that. It's already in red. What are you gonna do?
Green. Yeah.
For those of you sitting around waiting for action to get started up again, don't forget to head on back to Vendor Village. There are still a few booths open. We have the Mayo Lab Health and Wellness if you're looking for a massage still open. We also have some merch from some of the teams that are here, as well as Nerd Skates. Actually, I think Nerd is closed at the moment because everyone is playing in this game, but you can still go by.
Don't bury the lead.
Oh, yes. Good. You should be in announcing, hey, next year?
This just in, hot and fresh. The official Flat Track Fever after party will be at Peanuts at the Carriage House Inn. It's happening right after the final game.
Calgary sending out a new jammer. That's Taz. And Taz has picked up lead. Sleep, dragging Bam all the way back, trying to create a pack in the back.
Taz through for 4 points.
All right, and there's been a pass, and Joe Means Joe now with the star.
Calgary cleverly telling Taz to call it off. Joe Mean Joe is no slouch when wearing the star.
All right, looks like we've got Knocks Her Socks Off, along with Jigs and Ruthless Red out there for Calgary All-Stars.
Smash and dash versus curb stomp and goal slaw on the line. Both jammers pushing through.
Blade trying to give some offense to Dash, however, is going to head to the penalty box. Dash still trying to push through past Red and Knox, and Dash does it!
Ruthless Red also heading to the penalty box.
Now we've got Curb and Dame fighting at the front.
Jammers are neck and neck and interfering.
Like,
oh,
trying
Curb
to
almost naturally eating babies with Jigs.
just about happened, but the pack has calmed down. They're going to reform, ready to go.
That was a great call by Curb. Bled a bunch of penalty time through. Smash and dash, though, tripling NF Bomb score to 6.
That'll bring our score to 60-6 for the NF, or for for Calgary. And F-Bombs coming out on top on that one, though, with 6 points going to Smash and Dash.
Incorrect, quadrupling the score to 8.
Oh, yes. And that's going to bring up Calgary's timeout.
Exactly. Get them in the box again. Right?
Everyone knows the score, who's going to win.
Yeah. But like, hey guys, play your game. Like, you know, if you let these guys mess you up, what's gonna happen at regionals?
That's what we were saying, like, when the Betties played, they were getting frustrated because they couldn't do what they were planning on doing. So we're like rogues.
Yeah,
Same thing.
much. We got some quick time to mention the sponsors. Your Jam Line today is brought to you by Full Mobility Chiropractic, the Penalty Box, WFTDI Insurance, and the scoreboard, of course, by Roller Derby Level Up.
We've got Projectile and Sriracha up on the line.
Pro coming in hot and fast, but it looks like Rennie is cycling them back. Sriracha still around the jammer line, but finding an opening on the outside.
Some great recycling by both teams there. And Sriracha picks up lead.
Pro is quick behind. Calgary grabbing the front. Brass Monkey providing an important buffer.
Classic Brad calling for Pro to skate.
Oh, let's look at these jam refs, see how many points are up.
Oh,
2-2.
2 apiece. Hey, I've played with and against Pro, and I would take 2 points against Pro any day.
Yeah, I play with Pro, and I agree.
Oh, correction. They've assessed 3 points to Pro.
I believe that was the box point being cleared up.
Ah, yes. That would be Rennie, the pivot for the NF Bombs. Skidlet now going up against Bear, Bam, and Killerella, picking up lead fairly quickly.
Man, Skidlet's transitions with that 1 foot just pushing past the opposition.
Ruthless Red living up to their name, knocking out Repeat to that inside.
Rennie out of the box providing some much needed offense, but Calgary's just too good at reforming.
We do have a start pass, however. Skidlet also through.
Just doing some casual backwards crossovers on the outside like it ain't no big deal, while scoring 4 more points. On the jammer line for Jam 13, we have Joe Means Joe versus Reina Terror.
Reina looking for a little assist from Sleep. But Pay the Pain, Keller, and Dame doing a great job of holding Reina, now dragging them back.
We had a negative pack for a second as both jammers are being run back, but now they are back in it and pushing forward. Reina Terror finds it outside for lead.
Joe also getting through, just getting past Sleep.
Three points picked up by Reina Terror on that one. Leading our score 74-75 for the Calgary Allstars to 10 for the NF Bombs. I see Smash and Dash on the jam line for the NF Bombs, contending against Taz.
Wow, two-footed jump on the outside there. Oh, didn't quite get around Rennie that time.
Big force out by Rennie, but Bruceberry Pie says, you don't run my jammer back. I run your jammer back.
Bruzy, a one-person wrecking ball out there, taking both teams out.
Taz coming around for points. Smash and Dash still sitting there on initial, pushing through. Both teams full deep, but Bruzy comes in for a big offense, taking out two at once. Getting her jammer Taz out of the pack.
I'm not sure if the bombs are happy or not that Taz is jamming rather than blocking this game. Looks like Taz can do it all.
Kiki Tiki heading to the WFTDI penalty box.
Dash with the helmet cover off. However, Rennie, the pivot, is pretty busy right now trying to hold on to Taz.
Sony Blade coming in for offense, but Bruzy says swing and a miss.
Taz probably just waiting to kill Kiki's penalty here.
Pack's getting strung out.
All right, looking for a little offense now. There it is.
Here's an opening for Smash and Dash, but still has Bruzy to beat. Jam comes to a conclusion with Taz calling it off with only 13 seconds left.
It's a good defensive battle when you only score 8 points in almost a whole 2-minute jam.
Absolutely, and also holding that opposing team to 0 after a minute 45.
I'd say I feel tired watching that. I'm just tired.
Just tired in general. Quick official timeout just to reset.
Got our tournament head NSO, Phil, just checking in on things, making sure everything is running shipshape.
Don't forget to stick around after this game for our final game of Flat Track Fever, where the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs come up again against Toronto Men's Roller Derby.
Are you playing in that game, Doug?
I am playing in that game. I'm very excited. 5 seconds has been called for Curb Stomp and Goldschlaw, as well as Sriracha.
Two very different jamming styles. Wow, Sriracha like a pogo stick through the pack. Picking up. But did not pick up lead. Curb was able to grab that and called it off before Sriracha could score any points.
That takes a lot of awareness to figure out. Good thing they had the whole bench yelling. Stepping up to the gem line, I see Projectile and Repeat. Refs having a quick conference, so we are on an official timeout.
Pay the Pain in their second game today decides to have a little seat up at the pivot line there. Got to take the rests where you can find them.
Now the floor is nice and cold. Pro pushing up at the front, ready to beat, gets by for lead.
1 foot hop, knockout Sunday, knocking Repeat out on the inside now. Waterfall up at the front by Calgary. Knockout being sent to the box for a multiplayer, I believe.
Cut
or maybe
the
a
track.
cut. There it is. This floor is a little tricky. The rope is right on the edge, not in the middle of the tape. So
There was actually a big discussion on that on Reddit because of this tournament, and everyone agrees this is the right way to do it.
it's tricky, but I mean, it works. But you got to realize, as soon as you hit that rope, you are out.
Star pass to Rennie, and she is out of there.
Projectile hitting the floor pretty hard and decides to call that one off.
Bro, you better not be hurt. Don't you dare be hurt.
Ten minutes left in this period. Our score stands 87 for the Calgary All-Stars, 10 for the NF Bombs.
Joe Means Joe up against Skidlet. Oh, Skidlet trying to play a little defense there, but Joe's a little too fast for that. Joe fighting past Sleep, and then Bruzy picks up lead for the NF Bombs.
Skid just one to beat and does, also gets out. Calgary's having a little bit of trouble keeping their blockers out of the penalty box. Joe shakes her head as she calls it off and says, no, I don't want to go against Bruzy and Sleep anymore.
I think she prefers it when they're on her team, not against her. I know I do.
But that is 3 more big points up for the NF Bombs.
All right, that's going to bring out Reina and Sriracha. Sriracha running into Blade.
Dame cycling back Reina.
Keller playing some really great offense up at the front here.
Reina finds an excellent inside or middle track pocket.
Reina hopping that line like she does.
And Sriracha spinning around the outside, calling it off, picking up 3 points of their own.
That's going to bring the Bombs up to 16, and that 4 will put Calgary at 91.
Calgary getting pretty close to that century mark.
Got Dash and Curb Stump and Coleshaw out there.
Ooh, very fast, dynamic start. I love to see that. Keeps the other team guessing. They both made tripods.
That's different. Tripods, hey?
Right?
Rennie and Bam trying to hold Coleshaw up at the front, not able to do it. Oh!
Forearm for Curb Stomp and Coleshaw.
And
No pass, no point for Smash and Dash means there's no lead jam.
so this is going to go for the full 2 minutes. Dash, oh, and a big hit. Really big thank you to all our volunteer medics for this weekend, keeping an eye on the track and taking care of all the players throughout the weekend. 3 days of Derby is a lot of Derby, and people start to get tired, especially by day 3. We see a few more injuries.
what she said?
I started crawling. She's like, what, you gonna crawl back to the bench? That was my plan, yes.
No, obviously.
I don't need to lie there.
No, you get the jam called off. You're not a hero for continuing the jam.
Well, no,
There's like
they
one
asked-
scenario.
As soon as they asked, are you okay? And I said, no, I asked and I said, nope.
Oh,
So they called it off. So
okay, good.
I started crawling.
Oh, well then that's fine.
I was just gonna get
That's
away
acceptable.
because I didn't want to.
All right, and we are back underway. 6 minutes left in the first period.
This
Curb
is
stop and coleslaw still in the box, which means it's a power jam for the NF Bombs, and Joe means Joe.
Calgary with all 4 of their blockers out there.
Huge inside sweep, but you missed one.
Joe fighting up against Ruthless Red, but Colshaw out fast.
Oh yeah.
Jam 21 getting underway in this first period of Calgary All-Stars versus NF Bombs. Calgary currently sitting at 91, Red Deer at 18. Standing on the jam line, we have Repeat. Drifting behind them is Projectile. Both teams won in the box. No offense for either team.
Those tripods are locked down.
It's a full-on sled push for each. Who's been doing their squats?
Actually, it's hard to say. I've seen both of these jammers' workouts, and they're both very impressive.
Both blockers released it almost at the exact same time, and both doing offense at the exact same time. Who's it going to work for first?
All right, looks like we're getting split up here a bit, but Repeat did get recycled to the back.
Knockout calling for her tripod to roll forward so that she can do some offense. This is called a snap forward for those who are interested.
Toast and Jam, though, keeping a good eye on things, and soon as Mal taken out, Toast replaced Mal as the pin of that tripod.
The pack has devolved into a full scrum, but looks like Calgary's opening it up again a bit with a little run back.
This is amazing. We are a minute and a half into this jam, still no lead. Both jammers fighting. Oh, and a big sweep by Knockout Sunday to finally get Projectile lead.
Incredible offense there by Knockout, fully lifting Mal up.
And Rennie with the star pass. Projectile picking up a couple points there and calling it off.
Pro's got to ice those quads before our game against Toronto.
All right, we're off again. We've got Sriracha and Skidlet. Bear up front trying to do some offense for Sriracha.
Incredible defensive game in the end of this first period. Some real textbook plays.
And Sriracha picks up a lead.
Huge cheering section for Sriracha, and well deserved.
Sriracha takes a big hit from Red, but stays in. Scoring 2 points on Calgary, bringing, I believe, their score is going to be up to 20. We only scored 24. We also had to block Chris.
On the jam line here, we have Smash and Dash versus Reina Terror. Reina almost finding it outside, but knocked by Mal.
Reina now moving laterally back and forth, trying to get through, and beats Buns on the inside, picking up lead. Dash still in there, but tripping over Bruceberry.
Back block assessed to Smash and Dash for that one. So Reina Terror's on a power jam. Keller knocks her out, but
looks like Keller must have stepped out too.
Yep. Oh, and they are by for 4 more points. Bruceberry Pie sent to the penalty box for a direction of gameplay. A very common offensive penalty. Reina backwards stepping. They're making it look easy.
When you're at practice, if you're wondering why you have to learn backwards crossovers, watch Reina and you will know. Dash is through with the star for the NF Bombs. And it looks like Reina's gonna let this happen.
Oh, big spin on the outside for Smash and Dash, putting up 4 points on the board. Reina still trying to clear that penalty box.
And now it's a power jam. Oh, maybe it isn't a power jam.
Huge 8 points there for Smash and Dash. But Reina Terror putting up double that with 16.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I don't know who won because it wasn't Brucey.
It might have been Brucey. Nice. Out. Back.
All right, we got 2 strong jammers out there now. We've got Curb Stop and Coal Shop and Joe Means Joe. Joe only got 1 to beat at the front, picks up lead. And Joe is through 4 points.
Curb pushing up the tripod, looking for offense. Get some. Still fighting though.
Tripod not able to lock Kirby down.
Joe comes out the front of the pack, sees Brucey and says, I already got your points.
That's right. No point in trying to get past Brucey twice.
And that looks like it's going to wrap up the first period of Calgary Allstars versus the NF Bombs. Calgary sitting 114 to NF Bombs 36.
We've got a 15-minute break here, well, 14 and a half, and we will be back with more exciting roller derby action.
Well, then it's got to be bad. Whoa, I'm sorry, this jersey stinks. I apologize. Like, I put it on and I was like, oh, I like aired it out in the fresh Calgary smoke. Nothing.
And that whistle means the start of period 2 for Calgary All-Stars versus the NF Bombs.
We've got Joe Means Joe for the NF Bombs up against Curb Stompin' Coleshaw, the Calgary All-Stars. We'll start this second half. Calgary All-Stars 114, NF Bombs 36.
Joe pushing up, but Curb Stompin' Coleshaw is out for lead.
Dame taking a back block, heading to the penalty box. Joe still trying to fight against Sleep.
Pushing, but Sleep is one tough blocker to get out of play.
With those legs, Sleep covers 3 lanes on their own.
You'll see Sleep and her brother Sleep in the next game of roller derby.
I always love to watch. I love coming here to watch Sleep versus Sleep.
Curb with a really quick spin. Again, a real signature move to earn 3 more points on that pass.
Flat Track Fever, always a fun time, brings families together, brothers and sisters, mothers and daughters, fathers and daughters. Pretty much, yeah. Every combination of families you can see. So, roller derby, a great sport to join if you want to do it with your family. And Projectile picks up lead.
Smash and dash. Still fighting against Knockout Sunday at the front, and then Ruthless Red, but makes it through.
Big smile on Dash's face.
Pro finds a hole, looks to their bench. Smash, hopping by on the inside. Knockout says, I could get there.
Coach Bradass telling Pro to call it.
Four jam, bringing NF Bombs to a total of 40 points.
Got Skidlet up against Sriracha.
Skillet pushing through on the inside, past Pay the Pain. Earns lead, but then Rennie cycles up and says, right to the back of the pack for you, Skid. Sriracha also cycled back. Skid out this time on her initial. Sriracha fighting through a whole washing machine of Calgary blockers. Star pass to Rennie, but Bruzy's there to cover.
There is a penalty being assessed. I do not see anyone leaving the track,
The
however.
pack is very long. Kurt's indicating out of play. Skidlet gets through. Skid just weaving her way through those blockers, one spin at a time. Rennie's still stuck with the star. Skid gives a quick bump on the way by. Sleep running Rennie back. And then guiding her up. Rennie says, hey, Skid, I can hit too.
Skid spinning out of that, though, up at the front.
Sriracha providing some offense. That's the best thing a jammer can do after passing the star.
Is she okay?
Confirming that. Okay, yeah. Getting back to Jam 4 in this game of roller derby. I see Reina Terror standing on the jammer line from Fomobility Chiropractic. Up against Repeat.
Interesting statistic I just came on. Last time these two teams played, the NF Bombs only scored 32 points. So they've already surpassed what they scored last time by 8.
Oh my God, and there's still 25 minutes left for them to score even more.
That'd be Taz. No.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what? Shut it down.
And I mean, I know this is a sanctioned game.
Doesn't matter. If you haven't had enough of all of these skaters already, you can meet all of them at the official Flat Track Fever after party. It's happening at Peanuts at the Carriage House Inn. It's happening right after the final game. What? We'll be here. It's a bar.
All right, with that whistle, the official timeout is coming to an end, and we are going to reset Calgary Allstars 145, NF Bombs 40.
Oh, big outside move by Repeat, but Ruthless Red shuts it down.
Some really fast recycling happening here.
Terror shows just how fast they can be coming up the outside line. Huge!
Keller Ella! Killer Ella, now your jammer!
Over top of the whole Calgary tripod. That's what you want to see.
Oh!
Terror busts a wheel. Still being assessed too? We might not be with the medic for a while. As I know D-Ray left to get geared up. Well, I mean, my team's warmed up, right? Like this, we're not gonna do our own skates until this is done, right? Like, I gear up pretty quick. Looks like, yeah, she's being escorted.
All right, we're going to start with a pivot line little scrum here.
First one of the game.
Let's see, looks like Joe is back there.
On a power jam. Beautiful inside sweep. That was tremendous execution by the NF Bombs. Love to see that coordination.
Joe trying to get past that brass monkey and sleep, and does. Curb stomp and Colshaw in for Reina, who is shaken up on the last play.
Bruzy one-on-oneing Joe at the back of the pack.
Colshaw through on their initial. Joe fighting, able to pick up 3 of Calgary's points, bringing that total to 7, bringing the NF Bombs total up to 49, which means we've got a 100-point spread here. Calgary at 149, NF Bombs 49, with 23 and a half minutes left to go in the second half of this game.
Rough.
Run out.
I don't want to brag, but I'm on patent. So, see, cool. It is actually. I'm very happy, very fortunate.
Like, I should get days off because my kid moved away from home and seems to need me all the time.
See, there's the rub.
All right, I think our officials are just about back in position, ready to go.
Yep. Getting ready for this jam. I see Projectile and Smash and Dash. Looks like between jams, Bruceberry Pie was assessed a penalty and is sitting in the WFTDI penalty box.
Both jammers taking a run at the pack, and Projectile right through the middle. Dash with some good track awareness there, realizing the person that knocked them out was assessed a penalty and kept going. Surfing around the outside, trying to catch up to Projectile, who is continuing to score points.
Looks like Pro is going to keep this jam going to try to get those blockers out of the penalty box.
That jam started to become who can fall down and get back the fastest. I know that move.
That's right. If you get knocked down, but you get up faster than the person who knocked you down, did you really get knocked down?
That's a game I like to play with Calgary's coach, Bradass. Where I will step in front of Bradass, he'll send me flying, but I get back up and I'm still in front.
Skillet versus Sriracha. Skillet finds a quick hole in the middle. Sriracha having a bit tougher of a time, but is by sleep. Calgary opens up an inside, but
not
Banner
quite
says
enough.
No.
Keller shut that down, and 0-0. And we're still sitting at a 100-point difference in the score, 157-57 for Calgary Allstars.
Repeat versus Taz on the jammer line. That jammer line brought to you by Full Mobility Chiropractic.
On Taz through on the outside. Quick strides to get around. Repeat still fighting in there against Ruthless Red. Knocks Red to the ground. But it's a high block, and it'll be a power jam for Taz.
Taz decides to call it off and says, "Here's a gift of a power jam to you, curb stomping Colshaw." What?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it must have been.
Taz is really trying to save herself for our game.
Curb out there picking up lead. Gets caught up on Joe Means Joe, but still is through with lead. While Repeat sits in the penalty box. Joe with the run back. However, Joe knocked out, so Colshaw able to go.
Holden Colshaw to 3 on that. Pack backs up all the way to turn 3, forcing repeat far away from the penalty box where they emerged.
Curb calling that one off, a little slow to get up. Just under 20 minutes to go in the second last game of Flat Track Fever 2024. This is Calgary Roller Derby All-Stars versus Nuclear Freeze and F-Bombs.
And the roller derby level up scoreboard is showing 164 to 57 for Calgary.
Projectile out there against Smash and Dash. Smash and Dash doing some amazing work, but got caught up on their own team, allowing Calgary to reset. But Dash gets through and picks up lead.
A cut the track is being assessed to Knockout Sunday.
Dash being patient, waiting for a little offense from
Bam
Bam.
comes in. Calgary reforming slowly. Pro finally getting out on their initial.
Dash fighting for those 4 points, does pick them all up, bringing NF Bombs total to 61, calls that off before Pro can get around and pick up anything for Calgary.
Those points were well earned.
All right, Calgary's going to take a timeout.
This is a good time to mention one of our vendors, MyoLab, sitting back there. I've talked to several different people over the weekend who says, man, they really put me back together and got me back in shape to play another game. Thank you, MyoLab.
I was actually thinking I should maybe invite them to come over here and stand behind us, and maybe they could rub our shoulders while we're announcing.
That could definitely get me ready for my next game.
Don't forget that we have one more game still to go today. We'll have the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs up against Toronto Men's Roller Derby. And of course, following that game is the after party at Peanuts in the Carriage House. Sriracha and Skidlet on the jam line, shaking hands. Penalty box empty.
Skidlet fighting through at the front. Dame giving her some trouble. Now Buns. And Sonia makes it through. Oh, excellent offense by Dame, but Sriracha dangles a toe and knows they have to go back.
Oh, Sriracha, great hop on the toes to get through. Good track awareness.
Skid looking to Bradass. Bradass says, we can call it off. Let's max this next penalty.
These aged up juniors sure are bouncy on their toes, and they just keep going like an Energizer bunny out there.
I am constantly amazed. Stepping up to the line, we have Taz and Repeat. Ruthless Red providing some offense at the front, but now dropped off to bridge back for Pack. Taz decides, I don't need lead, I just need points.
Taz trusting in the Calgary blockers to hold repeat so that they can keep scoring points even though they do not have lead.
Bam going to the penalty box for the NF Bombs.
That would be Bear. And repeat finally through, picks up lead and quickly calls that one off, knowing that they did have that ability to stop Taz from scoring points.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
All right, curb stomp and Colshaw picking up lead.
I'm not entirely certain I've ever seen Curb exit the pack skating forwards.
Oh no, it's I've just seen one. We should start counting how many twirls Curb actually does.
Of course,
through the
announcer's
pack.
curse right there, right now. Great job, Curb.
Joe still fighting, trying to get past that really strong tripod, braced by sleep. Smacky Kennedy giving a little offense to Curb. Curb trying to work their way past Keller, Bear, and Pay the Pain at the front here.
That's trouble, okay. I was like, who's that? Yeah.
And Joe is through.
Curb calling for some offense. Finds their line through.
All right, we've got Projectile and Smash and Dash. Team Alberta teammates going up against each other head to head here. The penalty box is empty, so we'll have a full contingent of blockers for both jammers to fight against.
Pro just moving lane 1 to 4, but the nuclear free bombs are able to rally up and around. Dame with one last hit, hurdles Projectile out of the back. Smash, meanwhile, recycled to the back.
Pro impressively getting down under Killer Ella, which if you've watched Killer Ella play, is very low. Pro just blowing up that tripod again. We do have a star pass. Killer Ella now in possession. Dame trying to give some offense to help Ella through.
But Calgary's been able to full rotate on top. Possible inside line, but no, it's held shut by 747 Knox.
Penalty being assessed to Blade of the NF Bombs. She'll head to the penalty box.
Pro coming around for even more points.
Pro shimmying while they come in. Pro, a perfect example of patience and explosion of movement, getting you through easily. Killer Ella trying to play a little defense there.
Pro calls the jam with only 4 seconds left.
That is 24 points going to Projectile. I believe that is maybe the highest point scored in a jam for this whole game. Calgary now at 208 NF Bomb 61, 11 and a half minutes left to go. And it looks like Coach Vic Vega has come on out and asked for a timeout for the Bombs.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off.
Yep.
Awesome not to do as
It
always.
was good. It was good. If I don't see you play well, have fun. And we're back. Sriracha up against Skidlet. Skidlet up at the front with Keller and Bear picking up lead. Sleep in the, and Brass Monkey and Smacky Kennedy holding up. Oh, and a great star pass to Bear right through the pack. And that's going to be a power jam for Bear. Bear trying to find some offense to help them out. NF Bombs trying to set up a sweep, but Calgary doing a fantastic job of recycling. Skidlet now out of the box. Only with Blade to beat, and does. Toast and Jam now sitting in the penalty box for the Bombs. Skidlet crashing into Sriracha and Blade. But a cut penalty being called on Skidlet as Sriracha ran them back and they did not see. Bear still on their first scoring pass. And with that, 2 minutes is up. Repeat out there for this power jam start. However, Repeat getting caught up on the inside, not realizing that they put themselves in a cut track position and will be going to the penalty box, which means Skidlet is your lead jammer of record. NF Bombs trying to set up in a 2-and-2 formation to try and keep Calgary from fully sweeping them. Does allow them to move and hold up Skidlet from turn 2 to turn 3. Repeat almost through, but getting caught on Bam. We've got 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the second half of the second last game of the third day of the 2024 Flat Track Fever. Calgary Allstars 226 to the NF Bomb 65. Our penalty box is empty. And I see Joe Means Joe for the NF Bombs out there to jam. I'm sure Calgary also has a jammer. I just don't see them at the moment. Oh, and it's Taz. I could not see Taz through the inside officials, but there is Taz ready to go. This is another Team Alberta teammates matchup here between Joe and Taz. Calgary set up in the back. Taz fighting through at the front. Dame, Toast, and Pay holding Taz up. Keller now in the mix. Smacky Kennedy coming to give some offense. Taz practicing those pushes. Oh, Keller forcing them out, drinking them back to turn one. Joe waiting for some offense, I think, in the back. Dame and Sleep getting caught up. And now Taz is through for lead jam. Joe now stuck on Smacky Kennedy and Brass Monkey. Brass Monkey being sent to the penalty box, and Joe is through. Taz finds their way through the outside to pick up 4 points, and now looking to the bench. All right, and looks like Joe is able to pick up 2 points on that. And we have an official timeout happening. I think points are just being checked. We fixed the scoreboard. Had to add a few more seconds to the scoreboard. So we're at 6:08 left in the second period. Blockers are 3-on-3 as we have Brass Monkey and Dame Tamer both sitting in the box. Curb Stop and Coleshaw through for Calgary, picking up a lead. Smash and Dash trying to get through. Dame looking for a star pass, but Dash found the inside line and made it through. Dash hitting the ground at the end of that jam. All right, we've got an empty penalty box again. We've got Projectile out there. And we've got the NF Bombs taking a timeout. That is their last timeout. But good timing by them as there's only 5 minutes left in the second half. Don't forget, you still have time to head back to Vendors Village and check out some of those items up for sale at the merch table. We've also got the Myo Lab Healing and Wellness Center. If you are looking for some kind of adjustment massage, fix all your boo-boos from the weekend, head on back to Myo Lab. Sriracha coming out now to match up against Projectile. Little bit different setup than we've seen in the past. Looks like NF Bombs are going to try a 2-2 and use Calgary against Projectile, but Projectile doing a great job of getting through, dips and fakes out Killarella, picking up lead. Smart star pass to Joe Means Joe by Sriracha, though. Pro trying to jump over Killarella, but cannot. I think there was a little concern that Ella may have hit her head on the floor, but she seems to be all right. And we're going to send out our next line. Calgary only picking up 3 points on that last one. Skidlet out there. Up against Repeat. Skidlet with lead. Repeat losing a blocker. That would be Keller heading to the penalty box. Calgary also with a blocker in the penalty box. All right. Repeat almost through, but gets caught on Ruthless Red, who drags them way back behind the pack, back to turn one. Skidlet now just stuck with Toast and Jam, but good hop and turn on that inside, stays in, picks up 4 points. Skidlet slamming into Keller and then getting forced to the outside. Keller dragging them all the way back. The pack itself has not actually made it around the track. They haven't actually made it around turn two. Unlike Skidlet, who has now completed another scoring pass, bringing their total to 12. Kiki Tiki heading to the penalty box. Skidlet through again. Repeat, waiting for some help. And Repeat is through. Keller, Pay the Pain, Bear, and Toast and Jam. Now running Skidlet back. That's going to run out of time, though. 2-minute jam. And we only have 1:52 left in this second half. All right, Taz back out jamming again. Joe and Blade trying to hold him up. And Dash picks up lead against Taz. The look of shock on Dash's face is amazing. Dash getting caught on Kiki Tiki. Kiki dragging Dash all the way back. Taz is through picking up points, but we're going to run it. Blade, Buns, and Bam. Dash gets through. Calls it off after picking up 4 more points for the NF Bombs. We have time for one more jam. 265 to 71 for the Calgary All-Stars over the NF Bombs. Blade being sent to the penalty box at the end of that jam. Calgary will have pack advantage with 4 blockers. Curb stomping Coleshaw out there, being drugged back. And Sriracha picking up lead. Sriracha not quite listening to their coach, but why not? Because she picked up 4 points. Curb still caught in the pack. And with that, 8 points going to the NF Bombs in that jam. Calgary All-Stars 4. Our total 269 to 79 in favor of the Calgary All-Stars. And that'll be the end of this game.